So it has been officially announced that the ZAP permits are not going to be renewed by the South African government. And it has been confirmed by the ambassador of Zimbabwe, Mr. Hamadziripi, and the Consular General, Ms. Chaurura. So I have been reminiscing on what are the lost opportunities that South Africa failed to tap into during this time. You know that a lot of Zimbabweans, they grew up doing agriculture from the time of 1980, and Zimbabwe was a breadbasket of Africa. This is one of the biggest opportunities that was lost by South Africa during the time when Zimbabweans were there. South Africa is desperately need to make an agrarian economy whereby they empower the black people to farm so that they can curb unemployment. And they failed to capitalize on the Zimbabweans that flock from Zimbabwe to South Africa, and they did not use this opportunity to say, let's do an exchange of knowledge. You recall the story that was told by Thabo Mbeki about 3 Zimbabwean teachers who managed to use a farm that was dumped by a white farmer
who abandons a farm because the soil has got exhausted and so on, and it would take too much money to put in fertilizer and so on. So he lets it to lie fallow. 5 people, 5 Africans, they approach him, they buy a cattle, they buy a cow from him. They were going to slaughter it. And they learn about this farm which is lying fallow. And they talk to him, and he tells them that this farm the land is bad. So I really have to leave it there, and well, I'll see about it tomorrow. So they say to him, but can we use it? So he says, but I told you, the soil is exhausted, you can't. So they insist, they say no. Then he says, okay, you can use it. So they take the farm, and they've been announced the South African Farmer of the Year in the Western Cape. These 5 Africans, and show the pictures. The vegetables have grown, and they say the trick was to use manure. So they went and collected the manure from the farmer and from his cattle and did it instead of chemical fertilizer. And the farm is thriving. Now, it's a good story to tell because it's Africans, but it's Zimbabweans. It's not any South African who went to the farmer to say, can I use your farm? But the Zimbabweans did. Because Zimbabweans have got a very different attitude to land.
So it's a lost opportunity. That's why they say in another proverb that when 2 lions fight, it's the grass that suffers. So we have been fighting amongst each other, Africans, instead of empowering each other to change our economy. So it's a lost opportunity to South Africa. It's also a lost opportunity to Zimbabwe. Tell me what you think about this development of Zimbabweans back home in the comment section.